In the air to right, and he did it again!
Welcome back to the Lefties 2 broadcast, and we are talking about the girls. So in honor of International Women's Day, we're going to rank all of the girls the best. And again, you can see the irony here, ranking women. We're not ranking them on their looks, it's their abilities, okay? So don't get mad, people. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Number 22 on the list. And again, if they aren't level 13, as always, we'll show you their level 13 stats. So just bear with me. Level 22. Level 22. That'd be kind of cool. Number 22 is Barbara. Now here are her 13 stats. Barbara has 162 contact, power, speed, and then fielding and throwing is 209. Now again, the reason why I feel she is the worst player in this game, again, her fielding and her defense, her arm and her fielding are great. But hitting, power, contact, power, speed, not great. And then, if you need gold, you could put her batter ninth or something like that. Put her in. She's a good defender, like I said. But, if you need gold, I guess playing with her is fine. Especially if you can win in the 9th or 10th inning and you don't really need a 9th hole batter. But that's why she's ranked number 22, because her main skill is getting you more gold. Great. Who cares? Next! We're going to Rose. Number 21, Rose. Again, her ability, and you'll see her stats right now. Rose's contact, 209, power, 159, speed, 190, throwing, 162, and fielding, 184. But again, her ability, the more pitchers, so if you got legendary and you have epic, they have more pitchers, the pitches they throw, so smaller control area. It's the same thing Jessica does, but again, when she's paired with her sister Marie, you get that extra changeup. She doesn't give an extra pitch to everybody. So again, it's kind of like an isolated personal catcher, which in Major League Baseball, a lot of pitchers have personal catchers they like. But for this game, Rose, offense is not great, and therefore she is going to be number 21. Number 22, we're going to Rosa. So Rose to Rosa. Now again, Rosa could actually be higher. She's a great power hitter, as you can see, at 200 contact, 203 power. And her throwing, 175, fielding is 159. So poor fielder. Left field is where she would go. Speed at that 168. So she's just a power hitter. But again, her skill to have that direction doesn't really happen a lot, even when I pitch against her, or even use her so rarely that I do until she has to level 13, which I will give her an opportunity. But that's why she is number 20 on the list. Number 19. We're going to Harper. Harper, another, and again, you can see her stats here. Harper has 184 contact, 206 power, 178 speed, 165 throwing, and 171 fielding. Again, she is another powerful hitter, right? As you can see, but it's like when the ball is late. So again, that's pretty useful, actually. Not going to deny that. Pretty useful to be able to hit a late. The pitchers that have high velocity, you're going to be late a lot with the fastballs. So it's not terrible. But right now, out of what she does, right, as an infielder, there's better infielders that you could set your team up with, just the ladies in general, in my opinion. So that's why Harper is number 19. Number 18. We are going back to the infield. Martina. Okay, so Martina, solid speed, solid contact, of course. Her power increases with each foul ball. All right, so most of the time, if you're going to play in a bat, if you foul it off, you might foul it off 2 times. Very rare do you have that 10 pitch at bat where you're fouling off multiple. But again, she's a solid contact. Left-hander is kind of why she's so low. is because you know, think about like left-handed is typically going to be your first baseman. And again, her throwing is pretty poor, so you're going to put her at first or second base if you're going to utilize her with a better first baseman in general, right? So Martina, pretty decent, but she's going to be stuck there at 18. Number 17, and again, this list is actually pretty hard. These ladies are pretty useful overall. But this is number 17. The first pitcher on the list is Maria. Again, control, great. Movement, fantastic. Spin and velocity low. Now, if you know me, I like to pitch with speed, right? I need speed and movement. And for me, Maria's best pitch is that changeup. The rest of it is pretty blah, in my opinion, right? So the idea using Maria as a solid pitcher, I'm not great with her in general. Win percentage 41. Again, that is messed up through baseball Clash League for some reason. The Clash League. Anyways, Maria, she's ranked number 17 as the lowest female pitcher in my book. All right, which I might be contradicting myself possibly in the pitcher ranking video. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, next we have number 16. Phoenix. Phoenix, again, lower than average contact, way terrible power, speed throwing. So if you're going to have her, again, speed 24, now that she's been upgraded a little bit. Just overall, just for me, not consistent enough when it comes to offense. And better nowadays, using that throw where you don't have to hit a cutoff man is going to be useful. So that's great. And their speed is great. But again, a lot of other options, I think, to use in general. Okay, so that is why she's number 16. Number 15, we go. Where did she go? Caroline. All right, that's perfect control at 2 strikes. Again, the velocity is low. Great control, movement, spin. Pretty average on those. A little above average on the movement and velocity. But again, with only 3 pitches, it's not deceptive enough, especially when it comes to submarine-style pitchers, sidearm pitchers. There's other ones in this game that are much better in just general. But that's why Caroline is ranked 15 on my list. Number 14. Coming in, the new player, Nia. All right, Nia. Again, recommends. She increases the pitcher's spin. And again, useful, really useful. I've been using her a lot with Eric, as you saw in the video. And it's been pretty fun to actually kind of get that extra spin action. But just with, speed, throwing, and her contact, just overall kind of solid. No power. I've got 1 home run with her since using her. Fielding, not really necessary. So she's an overall solid player as a catcher. But I think just as a catcher going forward, there's other catchers that are going to be better and probably more useful when it comes to different skill sets and offensive prowess. But, again, I like her. It's a good new player, I think. Good job, Miniclip. All right, number 13. Number 13. She is a ray of sunshine, right? She has contact. When she's at level 13, she's going to have 181 power, speed 181, throwing, it'll be 175 and fielding pretty low. So definitely, in my opinion, you could probably put her in left or center just because she, probably left field is probably better off for her. But she's there for mostly her offense, and I like me some offense. The reason why she is sitting there at 13 is because that her skill set when it comes slow is and can be a little distracting, takes time to get used to. But I do see the idea of being able to slow down a pitch, which is kind of cool. But, more better options in my opinion. Speaking of better options, we're going right back to the outfield, and we're looking at Christine. Contact 171, 200 power. The speed, this is where I like her a lot, is when she's on that second base, right? So you could bat her like second or third in your lineup. If you're going to get that 10th inning, have her at second base. You want to have her ability to get that spot there. So her speed, I mean, it's above average regularly throwing and fielding. She's just an overall average player minus the power is just huge. So, that's why she's just an overall skilled player, and hopefully my batting average with her will go up. But that's where she's sitting at number 12. Number 11, we're going back to the pitching staff. Michelle, number 11. Again, control and movement, spin, pretty balanced there. Her velocity is low. That's why she's a little bit lower than the other pitchers. But this with the curveball slider action, it does help with keeping batters off balance. That's why I like Michelle sitting there at number 11. All right, we have now made the top 10. And top 10 is going to be Marie. Now, again, her control is god-awful, but her velocity right there at 219, her movement at 200, and then her spin sitting there at 184. You pair up with Nia, it's going to be dope. And then you pair up with Rose, you get that changeup as well. So just her control is pretty bad. But again, velocity is crucial, man. People can't catch up. A lot of foul balls when you get to that level 13 margin. So she's a pretty solid pitcher, just not a lot of control at all. That's why you pair up even with Jessica. That'd be even pretty cutthroat in a general. All right. So she's number 10. Next, we have number 9. Number 9. Where is she at? There she is, Angelina. Right? I like Angelina. She helps the whole team out. So when I play a game, when I'm bored and I'm playing with my lower lineup, you put her in the second, put her at the 2 hole, or you put her at 9, whatever. Contact power, not great. Her throwing, fielding about average, and then speed, she's great. But she helps everyone. 8+ contact is she's helping. That's pretty fantastic. 8 extra additional contact points, which is definitely, I like the idea of someone helping the whole team. Right? Again, I know Maria does help the whole team with fielding or throwing, I think, but it doesn't really help pitching. But Angelina, number 9 in my book. Number 8. We got Morgan. Again, I like me some power. And if she doesn't start off with power, but and you're playing Clash League, you bring her in the late innings, power's up, contact's up, and then speed. She's definitely going to be in your left field. You wouldn't want to put her in center. I mean, you could, 200 speed, but she's going to be hitting cutoff man a lot. That throwing arm is pretty weak. But if you like offense, Morgan is an option and not a bad one as well. So number 8 for her. Number 7, Yuna. There we go. We have the velocity is up. Control, a great. Movement and spin, not great. But the control is money if you're not throwing any balls. So, you're going to have probably a higher ERA with her just because people are going to be anticipating that first pitch strike. But I like her just because that velocity control is crucial. Pair her up with Jessica, control even better in my opinion, or even facts. Number 6. So you'll see her stats. Kaya's a machine, 190 contact power and speed, and 162 throwing, 171 fielding. And she's just overall skilled, Kaya, right? In Indonesian, Kaya means rich. And when she has an ability to increase her power, contact, or speed, it's a pretty cool tool because she's already well balanced in power, contact, and speed. Again, not really much of a fielding infielder, as you can see from her level 13 stats. But she's going to be skilled in a lot of areas and a good second baseman, in my opinion, if you don't really care about Durant. But this is the girls. So Kaya, she is solid, and she is just a great weapon at level 13. Even in lower levels, if you can get her level 11, you're playing lower level, you're going to be great. Number 5, we made the top 5. We did it. The top 5 is set. Alexandria. Contact pretty low, but that's okay. 170 is not bad. Power is where it's at. With the bases loaded, you add the additional power, speed. Throwing, pretty good. So, she's lefty. She should be at first base. But that throwing allows you to put her at short or even third if you need to. But her fielding is going to be pretty god-awful. So be prepared for that. But she is number 5 because she does bring that stick, and it is deadly. Number 4. Again, someone that helps the whole team, but mainly the pitcher. Contact 200. Power, not great at all. I feel that was lowered, but I don't know. Speed, throwing, fielding. She's above average in every category except power. And she helps your pitcher with that control. So she's a stud. Put her batter 2, I think. It's a great spot for her. But again, helping that pitcher with control is money. So that's why Jessica sits at number 4. Number 3, last pitcher on the list here is Mei Ling, my favorite female pitcher in this game. Again, because control velocity goes up. The spin is pretty low to start off with, but you get that one strikeout. That goes skyrockets up. And then match her with Nia. Oh, man. Deadly, 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 in my opinion. I do like using Mei Ling. Even in Clash League, she does get 24 pitches. So that really does help, longevity as well. So Mei Ling is sitting there at number 3. Number 2. Here we have it. Annie. She's number 2. High contact, high speed. Right? You're going to put her in center field or left. Or throwing and fielding are terrible. No power at all. But the ability to cut off balls at center field is great. Put Chris in the lineup with her, and that just increases the speed. She even got nerfed a little bit in the outfield, so that's pretty telling sign that she gets used a lot and good, solid leadoff batter. All right, now you know the number 1 female in the game, in my opinion, and I've been seeing her a lot more in lineups, is Gina. Again, another high contact player, right? Sitting there at 203. Power is going to be low, 159. But the speed at 219. Money. Throwing, not great, 159. Her fielding, though, at 181. Definitely allows you to put her at short and second base because she's just so fast. Even for a left-handed throwing, first base is kind of where she should be. But, putting her in those little spots, her lack of throwing, that speed definitely makes up for it. So that is why, again, I've seen her more and more and more. And she is your number 1 female player, in my opinion. That is it, people. International Women's Day was March 8th. And this is why I did this list. Let me know who your favorite female players are. Is my ranking kind of with yours? Let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching another Lefties 2 broadcast. See you next time.